There goes Black Panther right there fighting the KKK. I forgot which comic that was, what number, but anyway, it's a lot of hype about Black Panther. I mean, you know, there's so much that could be said. So I want to say some things too. You know, there's going to be a lot of anticipation on what this movie is going to mean and what it actually is going to do. And those two things may not meet up. However, Nubians worldwide can take advantage of this moment, especially the artists. There's so many of us in sci-fi, fantasy, comics, manga, the film industry, animation. I mean, there's a freaking movement. I mean, a large movement. And if we can kind of just use this moment of this movie to kind of push our movement even further to make us more um, independent of having to use other companies, especially non-Nubian companies, to push our agenda, I think it'd be great. And I have some ideas. Yes, I do. I have some ideas for preparation for just the moment, the actual moment itself, not plans on what to do in the moment, but just preparations. So let's go. One of the things you can do in anticipation of the Black Panther movie is read the comic. If you never read any of the Black Panther comics, maybe now's a good time. He actually started out in a comic called Jungle Action, but eventually got his own comic called Black Panther, and this is the cover of that first comic. And as you can see, my head is right on Black Panther's body. A little incorrect anatomically, but still there. For whatever reason, the Black Panther movie lands almost smack dab in the middle of the agreed time to review one's ancestors, which is called Black History Month. Within that same month, you have Valentine's Day. So I suggest boycott Valentine's Day. Maybe now is a good time to start breaking away from some of this Eurocentric idealism. You don't have to hate the people. Nah, please don't do that. But you could definitely break away from the culture. Because remember, Black Panther, this movie is representing how we want to project ourselves in the future as well. So boycott Valentine's Day. While you at it, you might as well just pull out the whole damn calendar and go through it and just start systematically getting away from all these freaking holidays that really do nothing for the Nubian soul or spirit. I mean, you have so many, there's so many to choose from, and so many months. Just imagine how much energy you will have for your own self-determination if you leave some of this shit alone. Speaking of self-determination, maybe it's a good time to practice the Nguzo Saba seriously. I mean, think about it, people. We wait for just about, how many? This is 360. We wait for 357 days or so to pass so we can celebrate and practice 7 principles, which we should be doing every single day. So maybe this is a good way to get a jump start into actual African practice. I mean, since there's 7 principles, you could just give one to each day of the week, starting with Monday. And just follow the line straight down and encourage your people. Maybe now's a good time to join Black Science Fiction Society. They've been around for years and they support blacks, or should I say Nubians, in sci-fi, in Afrofuturism. It's a whole site and community. If you've never been there, now's the time to visit. You're going to notice that your body is going to start changing chemically when you start dumping out some of this stuff from the Willie Lynch trip. And you're going to need a higher level of food intake. You may have to really just leave red meat alone. Yes, people, you may have to start with that food like that, especially the pig. You may want to start leaving the meat alone and get into smoothies, especially a nice purple smoothie. You know, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So maybe now's a good time to check your diet, to check what you're eating. Especially if you looked at some of my earlier works, and I specifically said you cannot escape demons. Well, I didn't say it like that, but you can't escape demons by having a horrible diet. They smell that shit in your blood. That's what they... Hey, there's a place online called RebuyBlack.com. Aptly named. So you could start getting your support on now by going to RebuyBlack.com and supporting, I don't know, I was about to say millions. I don't know if they have that many, but let's just say at this point, thousands of Nubian merchants. And while you're there at RebuyBlack.com, just go to Th3RP or the Ren Pet Phenomenon and support us by purchasing our first novel, Ren Pet. And it's that simple. So there you go. There are some, those are some simple things you can do in anticipation of the Black Panther movie. You can start actually changing how you think. I mean, you know, with all the stuff we've been through, now is the time to really make a change. I mean, even though we've been making a change, and I'm not saying we haven't, but, you know, let's really use this moment. Rise in excellence.